Hi everybody, this is Sophie. So this week we're talking about the hero's journey, and I wanted to share a story from my early childhood days. Um, I I am sorry if I'm sounding very coarse right now and looking very tired because I really am. I've just been in meetings the whole day talking nonstop, so it's been a pretty tiring week so far. And I almost forgot that the video was due today, so thank God Erin reminded me just now. Hopefully, I'll make the cutoff time. Anyhow, so back to the story. So I was born in Shanghai, and I was there until about 7 years old. Uh, but when I was 4 or 5, I was actually put into boarding preschool. So my parents were very busy. My mom would travel abroad for work a lot, and my dad was teaching at a university, also working as an editor there. So he was extremely busy, and the two of them figured that the best care they could give me was really to put me in somebody else's care. So that's what happened. They enrolled me in a boarding school that I would stay at for during the week and then go home on the weekends. I think I was 4 or 5 when that happened, so I don't recall much from the experience, but I remember the day that they dropped me off at the school. I remember standing there on the porch with one of the teachers, I guess, and watching my parents walk away. And I think that was, I definitely bawled my eyes out. So I really don't remember because I was so young. But I remember that feeling of complete helplessness and that sense of desperation where I wanted so badly to really cling on to my parents, but I was helpless. I couldn't control what was happening to me, and I felt like I was losing them. So that left a very deep imprint on my mind. And I don't recall really a whole lot of details from that experience. All I remember are those emotions that were generated during that experience. And I remember waking up a lot, along a lot of days, with a whole room full of kids beside me, but just feeling very empty and very alone. So I think I was there for about a year or a year and a half. Um, I guess the upside of that experience is that from a very young age, I learned to be independent. I learned a lot of skills, a lot of life skills that people picked up probably when they were 8, 9, or 10, and I could do all those things when I was 4 or 5. But the downside of it, I think, is it really led to me becoming a bit closed off. And being an only child doesn't really help that either because I can be, I guess, a little bit removed from the outside world. I'm very in my own bubble. And sometimes I can be a little bit self-centered. And I think those are all kind of the byproducts of my upbringing, as well as the fact that I am an only child. So, yeah, I don't know how much that experience really impacted me, but I would imagine that has shaped me a whole lot into who I am today. And that is somebody who is incredibly strong. I believe all my friends, all of those people who know me would probably describe me as somebody that is very strong-headed and just emotionally strong as well. I don't easily show my vulnerable side at all. I'm very unwilling to be vulnerable to things because I hate that sense of losing control. So I guess, and that's also probably why I've been on the more introverted side for the most part until about 2 years ago when my job forced me to change that. And I was pushed to the front line working with customers directly instead of at the back end. I was incredibly uncomfortable, as you can imagine, initially in that position. However, I I guess I had to force myself to become comfortable with that discomfort, and I started. So I had to, yeah. So I learned through experience, and I'm still learning today. But I'm very grateful for this, for the opportunity, because I've noticed a very big change in my own personality, and nowadays I am definitely more uh, more people oriented, and I'm much more comfortable in those settings as well, working with people and getting to know people, building relationships. I mean, that's almost a direct result when your job is primarily focused on building lasting relationships and creating engagement. So I guess what I would say is, what I've really learned from all of this is the need to push outside of your comfort zone. You really can't grow when you are just being comfortable. So every day I remind myself to really push myself harder, to accept new things, to embrace changes and challenges as well. And my motto has become, if you don't give up the, you have to give up the good to go for the great. So that's what I am reminding myself of every day, to let go of that comfort and be at ease with discomfort. So thank you for listening to this video, watching this video.